Hey everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Real Reviews. I am your host, Roy Rumpel, and I'm here to save you some time by letting you know what to watch and what to perhaps skip altogether. So without further ado, we're going to get right into things with the first show, and that is Ozark Season 4. Ozark Season 4 is split up into two parts. Only part 1 has been released, and that's what I'll be reviewing. But before I begin, for those unaware of what Ozark is, it's a show that follows an accountant named Marty. It is played by Jason Bateman, who gets caught up with the wrong group of people and is forced to move his entire family to a rich people vacation town called, well, the Ozarks. There he proceeds to launder money for these people, and that is where the whirlwind of a series starts. It is a drama and thriller mix, and like I said, if you have not watched the beginning, I would suggest you watch it because the storyline isn't as intriguing as the first 2 seasons, but I mean, it's still great because Julia Garner and Jason Bateman, they carry the show. They do an amazing job in acting. Their emotions are so true. Very nice directions toward the ending. We're getting a nice true ending, which means we know the season's ending and they're wrapping up and solving a lot of questions and we're nearing the end. So I would suggest this would be a must watch, and if you haven't watched the beginning, must watch that. We're going to move on to our second show. Now, I'm a huge Marvel, DC, Star Wars, like anything to do with that kind of stuff, I'm a huge fan. So the next one we're reviewing is Book of Boba Fett. Now, this is the first season. It follows Boba Fett, played by Tamora Morrison, following the events of Return of the Jedi, which is episode 6 of the Star Wars saga. Now, I didn't scrutinize the beginning plot, and I just sort of took it in and for what it was, just appreciate the overall delivery. It's a sci-fi action for those who don't know what Star Wars is, and it's the soundtrack by Ludwig Göransson, I think that's his name. I may be saying it wrong, but boy, does this guy not miss. His soundtrack's amazing. Like, if you just listen to the soundtrack of this exact show, you will not be displeased. The storyline was great, as if it just felt wholesome with the Mandalorian. For those that don't know, Mandalorian is again a prequel to this sort of. I would definitely watch it. So because I'm a fan, I am going to put this officially on the Row hit list. That's right, I made a little thing. Moving on, we're going to go to our movies. So the first movie we're going to review is called Sing 2. So it's not sing as in Punjabi Indian, it is sing as in I'm singing. You'd be surprised how many times I've asked who's in it and when did they release this Indian film. So the movie actually did very well on maintaining the hype from the first film. So yes, there's a Sing 1, but it's not called Sing 1, it's just called Sing. The music was great, the cast was of course amazing, animations were spectacular, and I don't want to, without giving anything away, I would pay to go watch this live show if it were to be real. I felt very much part of the journey. I've got nothing bad to say about the film. There were a lot more emotions and lessons to discover this time around compared to the previous film, which I found entertaining. And finally, to wrap it all up, like I said, huge superhero fan. How can I start a review show without reviewing, you guessed it, The Batman? So now, the Batman was played by Robert Pattinson from Twilight. So the beginning of the movie, it gave me such a gothic Victorian vibe, and it did not sit well with the true fan in me. I just felt like I was watching a teenage angst vampire gothic film. It didn't sit well with me. But as the movie progressed, I gained to appreciate the storyline and appreciate what they're trying to tell and their take on, I guess, sort of the origination of Batman, or where he sort of began and where the journey starts. In saying that, I am so tired of these origin movies. Just because we have a new person playing Batman doesn't mean we need to start from scratch. I get it, everyone does that, but I feel like this is just Spider-Man all over again. One thing DC does not do right, it is carry on a story. Marvel has been doing amazing with that, following their Avengers storyline, where each character progresses throughout the years, and they don't just start from anew. For instance, now, spoiler alert, if you don't know, there are a lot of characters who are being moved on or killed off. And there are new characters being introduced to play those characters. So the storyline's actually continuing, whereas in DC, we have everything starting from the beginning. We have Batman's parents being shot. Spoiler alert, if you don't know Batman's origin story, his parents get shot and they die. So DC really, like, honestly, just carry on the story. Like, let's move on. Batman gets replaced by Nightwing. Batman's son plays Robin. Like, we need those storylines. We need to progress the plot and not just stick with, here's Penguin again, here's Joker again, here's Two-Face again, here's Riddler again. Let's just carry on. But I hope you like this, and before I even carry on with that, The Batman is a watch. I wouldn't say it's a must watch. Definitely watch it if you're a fan of superheroes, like I said I am. So I did watch it in theaters. I would suggest you too, if you do watch it, let me know what you think in the comments below. And also let me know what you thought about this episode. Anything I can do, anything I can change, or perhaps even any movie or TV show suggestions. I have a bunch already on my backlog that I'm looking to complete, so if you have any suggestions, I'm all ears. But I hope you like this episode of Real Reviews, and this will be a weekly episode, so stay tuned for the next one. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.